All right, welcome back to the Habit series where we talk about very common habits that are throughout all levels of play, but at lower levels, people may not really understand why they're doing it. And I think with habits, it's something that all players have, everyone does it. It's just something that's very common. You can't erase human habit, it's just part of us as creatures. Um, I like to go through, use top player examples, and see where these habits can be applicable and why they are happening. And I always like to note that habits aren't necessarily a bad thing. There are good habits and there are bad habits. And just because you have a habit of something doesn't mean that you can't build upon that habit or it's not working out for you in your favor. As you can tell from the thumbnail, today we're going to be talking about my absolute favorite habit. Boom, dash shield. Wait, they both did it. What's going on here? So, dash shielding's pretty interesting because it's a form of like moving forward, like approaching, but doing it defensively. A lot of time when people think of approaching, they think of like, oh, I'm gonna approach and like do a move and hit them and do a lot of damage or try to do damage. But that shield like breaks that. And it's actually interesting because that's part of the reason that why people like to do it. They move forward with the intent of the opponent's going to move forward and press a button, and I'm going to shield that and get a punish if the button's unsafe. A lot of players at lower levels won't really understand that that's part of the reason why they do it. They just do it just because. And a lot of times they end up getting grabbed or whatever, and they're like, "Why am I getting grabbed?" When they, how did you know? How'd you know that I was gonna shield? And it's like, because you almost always dash shield in this situation. But why can dash shielding be bad? Um, One of the biggest reasons, if well, you don't understand it. Another reason is that you get stuck. So if we actually go back a little bit, um that situation that you just saw, sorry about that, I thought I got it. You kind of get put in an RPS situation, so it's a bit of a scramble. They both dash shielded, and you pretty much just have to choose because spot dodge beats grab, grab beats shield, roll beats grab, like you jump beats grab. A lot of things beat grab. But if you continue shielding, you get grabbed. Well, you don't want to do that. So you like kind of get put in a scramble situation. You really don't want to immediately have to choose an option, right? It's like, crap, this sucks. I have to win RPS. So sometimes you put yourself in a bad situation. Um, and that's one of the pretty much the only negatives about it. If you're really good at RPS, then I mean, sure, go for dash shields. Don't do it too much, of course, because you'll just get grabbed out of your shields, as I mentioned before. But why do top players do it? Well, one, in these tense situations where things are, close and you want to play a little safer, a little less risky, pull out that dash shield. It's safe. There's nothing like that can go too wrong unless a character has like a grab combo at whatever percent you're at. Otherwise, like it's just really safe. But there is one more very important use of dash shield that I did want to cover, and Pola actually does it pretty well in this video. I actually think I have the timestamps here. I do, yeah. Okay, so in this video, boom, check this out, right? So we're here. Meister's in the air. This is very important to note for like one of the best applications of dash shielding. Meister's in the air. Cola's a pretty decent space away, but if Cola wants to swipe him out of the air, it's going to be kind of tricky because Meister can use double jump. Meister can switch up his drift. It's a lot to deal with. So what he does is, in order to catch the landing, he's like, dash shield, and he gets a punish off of it. If we let this play a little more, you'll actually see it again. It does require like really good positioning, but it's like very common that you'll see when someone's in disadvantage that you'll hit them. And here we go again. See Meister's in the air trying to land, trying to figure out, how do I get out of the situation? Boom. Again, we get another dash shield and we get a punish off of it. That's probably one of the biggest. Actually, this punch is kind of flame, so I'm gonna let it rock. Ooh! Oh my goodness. Colo was playing hot this event. Colo's always playing hot. But yeah, so if you're seeing like a top player doing a lot of dash shielding, you're like, why are they doing that? Normally it's just because they want to interrupt like the space that the opponent's been kind of spacing. They like want to get in and like, you aren't gonna do something unsafe, or they're just trying to do dash shield to catch a landing. otherwise. Like it's not a form of movement, it's not a way of like stopping your movement, which a lot of people think, because there's not a lot of ways to cancel run in this game. That people will commit to a full run instead of a dash, and they're like, well, I'm moving forward too far and I want to stop moving, and shielding instantly stops all momentum. So a lot of times that's how they end up doing dash shield, and they don't realize that they're actually trying to substitute like shielding as like a form of movement. So this one's a little shorter than the last one. I just think it's really interesting that you'll see dash shield a lot at like all levels of play, and sometimes there's good in it, and sometimes it's like, oh, it's RPS. But again, it's a habit that pretty much everyone has to see at all levels of play. Again, these are some of the best players in the world, and I think it's just something that you should be aware of if you're playing and like you notice, wait a second, I do dash shield all the time, and I never really realized like that I was doing it, and I have no reason why. Well, now you can like try to put some reason to it, and maybe make it a part of your gameplay, and like figure out how to better utilize the ability to do dash shield. So yeah, quick video compared to my other ones. And I hope you all enjoyed this one. I hope that it really helps you out and realize maybe some of the habits that you did not know that you had. See you.